The wind howled mournfully outside the desolate farmhouse, carrying with it the whispers of a dark history. The air was heavy with an oppressive silence, broken only by the occasional creaking of old floorboards and the distant hoot of an owl. In the heart of this eerie atmosphere, the Warrens, seasoned paranormal investigators, stood outside the ominous structure, their hearts heavy with foreboding. The farmhouse had a harrowing reputation, a place where the veil between the living and the dead seemed to be impossibly thin. It was a place of tragedy, of malevolent spirits that had plagued the land for centuries. As Ed and Lorraine Warren exchanged a worried glance, they knew that the shadows of this desolate place held secrets far more sinister than they had ever encountered. With their equipment at the ready, the Warrens stepped cautiously through the creaking door, the musty scent of decay filling their senses. Their footsteps echoed in the hollow space, as if the house itself was alive, breathing in the presence of its unwelcome visitors. The first sign of the supernatural manifested in the form of flickering lights and sudden drops in temperature. Lorraine's intuition prickled, warning her of an otherworldly presence lurking in the shadows. As they moved through the parlor, a portrait hanging on the wall caught their attention. The painted eyes seemed to follow their every move, the figures in the painting shifting subtly, their expressions contorted in silent agony. Ed reached out to remove the portrait, but as his fingers grazed the canvas, a surge of malevolent energy jolted through him, knocking him to the ground. Lorraine rushed to his aid, her eyes wide with alarm. A hushed voice whispered in her ear, urging her to leave this place, to forsake the darkness that clung to the farmhouse like a malignant force. But the Warrens were not easily dissuaded. They had faced the darkest entities imaginable, and they would not let this desolate place defeat them. With renewed determination, they delved deeper into the house, each room revealing a new layer of horror, a twisted history that refused to stay buried. In the bowels of the farmhouse, they discovered a hidden chamber, a place where unspeakable rituals had been conducted in the name of dark entities. The walls were adorned with macabre symbols, and the stench of blood lingered in the air. A spectral figure materialized before them, a tormented soul trapped between the realms of the living and the dead. The apparition recounted a tale of betrayal and sacrifice, of a malevolent cult that had summoned a demon from the depths of the netherworld, binding it to the very foundations of the farmhouse. Its thirst for suffering had cursed the land, drawing unsuspecting victims into its grasp, feeding on their terror and despair. As the spectral figure faded into the shadows, a surge of unearthly energy pulsed through the house, shaking the very ground beneath their feet. The demon's presence loomed, its essence suffocating, as if the darkness itself had taken physical form. With their backs against the wall, the Warrens invoked every ounce of their faith and resilience, wielding their knowledge of ancient rites and sacred artifacts against the infernal entity. The battle raged, the air crackling with a volatile energy as holy symbols clashed with the demonic sigils etched into the walls. In a final, climactic confrontation, the demon's form wavered, its power waning in the face of the Warrens' unyielding resolve. With a final exorcism, they banished the entity back to the abyss, sealing the farmhouse's dark history within the confines of a sacred talisman. As they stepped out into the fading light of dawn, the farmhouses stood silent and still, as if the horrors of the night had never transpired. But the Warrens knew better. They carried with them the weight of the farmhouse's history, a burden of knowledge that would forever haunt their dreams and fuel their unyielding determination to confront the darkness that lurked in the shadows of our world. And so, the tale of the Conjuring 4 became a testament to the enduring struggle between light and darkness, a chilling reminder that evil never truly sleeps.